What's up everyone, Edwin Anthony here with another tutorial for Shopify. If you're new to this channel, you already know what to do. If you like that Shopify stuff, just go ahead and subscribe, turn on that notification bell. You notice that on the weekly basis in my channel, I've been throwing kind of like some of that business stuff. So I'm trying to see how you guys do with that. But I know that you guys really like the tutorials, and that's why I'm squeezing this tutorial in. Anyways, let's get right to it. What are we going to talk about today? Today's topic, we're going to solve everything related to collections and multi-tier level collections. What do I mean by that? Sometimes you might have a menu system at the top where it has a drop down, and on that drop down, on some websites that have medium size to a large size inventory, right? What's going to happen is that you'll need a second layer or a second tier collection. And then right underneath that, you need a third tier collection, right? And let me give you guys an idea as to more or less what that looks like in the real world so that we know what we're talking about here. And then we're going to get right to it. Let me show you. All right, so the best way that you can see this example is going to our popular theme Turbo, which of course, if you guys are interested, I'll have that link down below. We use that for a lot of our projects. And if we pay attention to the desktop, we have the top menu system. As you can see right here, we have shop, but then once we hover over and click on it, you'll see that mega menu come out. And then we have a column of different tiers of collections. We have women's apparel. This is a level 2 collection. In other words, a tier 2. You'll explain it. I'll explain in a second. And then level 3 would be this one, which would be tops. So why do I say level 1, level 2, whatever? So this one, if I click on shop, if I click on this one, I call this the master collection. This is the one that goes all the way at the top, the one that's on the top of the food chain. If you click on this, it takes you to a collection that's called shop all, right? Which pretty much shows you all of the products, right? So that's pretty obvious. If we click on this and we click instead on women's apparel, now remember, women's apparel has subcategories underneath that, such as tops, bottoms, accessories. But if I click on women's apparel without clicking on any of those bottom ones, click on that, it takes me to a dedicated collection of nothing but these products here for women's apparel. That's level 2. Level 3 is when I click on tops. It's its own collection. It's just that it's queried up to just show those products that are just women tops. So how do we get this completed in Shopify? One of the best things where I want to start at is go to like Google Sheets and start yourself a Google Documents form and plan out. I cannot stress how planning out is so important, because if you just try to freestyle this, shoot from the hip type of thing, and you just try to go at it right away and try to set all this up, you're going to realize that it's going to create a lot of anxiety. It's going to create a lot of frustration and going back and did I do this or I forgot to do that. And when your frustration goes really high, it leads to this video, or you end up hiring somebody that eventually will do that for you. But the purpose of this video, again, is to show you how this is done, and planning is the first step. So let's start by planning. So by planning, we're going to talk about setting up the main menu system. I could type, and we type it in a Google Sheets so that we have that there. So this is the main menu system, and based on what this is all broken up, let's discover what our collections or what our level of collections are going to be. So we're going to start all the way at the top where we have buy turbo, shop, gallery, and theme info. Write all that stuff down, right? So buy turbo, and then we have the famous shop button. And then the rest of the buttons, what were they? The rest of the buttons was gallery and theme info, right? Okay, so now that we have that, we identify what are singular links and what are drop downs. You have to plan out your navigation menu through here first so that you could take all this and then program it correctly, all in one shot, versus going back here, back there, go this page, go that page. Start here first. From shop, you say, okay, now this is shop. Okay, this is my, right here, these guys right here, this is called master menu items. Okay, all of these guys, master menu items. Let's go ahead and center this, okay? Let's get rid of that and put this over here so that we know what we're talking about, okay? So this right here is our master set of items, or master menu items. It's all the way at the top, okay? And to kind of like do a little something like this, border it up, and then let's say shop. Shop is a mega menu, and the rest are singular direct links, right? So we're saying, look, this is a singular link, singular links, okay? That's a mega menu. So now that shop's there, okay, fine, shop, what do we have underneath that as level 2 items? So level 2 items, according to Turbo, how they have it here is we have women's apparel, yoga bags, okay? So we're gonna go right here, women's apparel, okay, yoga bags, right? And we start to fill this up all the way through, okay? So let's fast forward. All right, so I went ahead and cleaned it up a little bit so that you guys could see it. Let me see if I could zoom in just a tad bit more on this so you guys could see what I'm doing here. Let's put it at 150. Hope you guys could see there. Okay, so we have a master menu. We have our second tier collections. We're identifying them, okay? Because the first tier, the master collection, is called shop. Shop is the master one. The second tier is collections. Now, what's the third? The third is what follows up right underneath each of these second tier collections. I'm going to fill that out too. And finally, we have our third tier collection. So long story short, this is how our planning looks like. Let me zoom out here so that you guys could see just a bit how all of this planning happens, okay? So what I suggest is, for planning purposes, you start off here. You try to emulate on a Google Sheets exactly what your main system is. Most importantly, don't lose that sheet, because every time your business evolves and you're trying to update rather inventory, new types of products came in, new catalogs came in, whatever, you always want to refer back to when you first did this. And for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and call this Google Docs, right? My inventory collections system. So you could call it, you know, the website's collection system, or inventory or main menu system. Call it whatever you want. The point is that you have to always come back to this the moment that you want to change something. Reason for that is so that you could understand visually what are the things that you're going to either delete or that you're going to create new. Long story short, you need to follow down this path. Let's pretend that we've already went ahead and did all this. So we are ready to go ahead and start implementing this stuff. How we're going to do this? We're going to do this backward, guys. So first, we need to create these third tier collections. We're going to work backwards. We're not going to work from all the way at the top. We're going to work from all the way at the bottom. We're going to reverse engineer this problem and work our way up. And there's a reason to this madness, of course, okay? So what do I mean by that? I mean that you're going to focus on creating the collections for the third tiers, okay? Third tier collections. What you do is that you go to your website and you create a collection. So let's go to the website here, to this practice website. I'm going to go here to where it says products, collections. And what you're going to do, what I strongly recommend, is that you create what's called an automatic collection. What is an automatic collection? An automatic collection means that you set it once and it's automatic, meaning as new products come in, you don't have to worry about adding more products over and over again. It just continuously goes in there, as long as whenever you make a product, you add that tag, which is important in this particular case. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here where it says upper right hand corner, create a collection. And here, again, this is just for example purposes, guys. We're going to hypothetically create the collection that's called tops. But remember, it has layers, meaning that it's not just tops. No, why? Because pay attention over here. Look, my mouse. Women's apparel has tops. Men's apparel has tops. So we don't want to call a collection just tops when there's going to be other collections that are also going to be called tops. You can't just label it that way. So that's a key rule of thumb for you guys to remember, that if you have a collection with a name that's going to be shared across different dimensions of collections, you need to be specific with the name, okay? So in this case, women's apparel tops, you concatenate it. That's what you do. So what we're going to do, back over here, is that we're going to say women's apparel, excuse my typo, what's it called? Tops. It's tops, but you have to say that it's women apparels. Of course, we're not going to say shop women apparels tops, because shop is that first tier. Remember that? No, we're not going to do that. We're going to go concatenate the second tier with the third tier in the name of that collection of the third tier. What are you talking about? Let me say that again slowly, okay? So look, if a collection shares the same name, systematically we don't want it to be called the same name, because then Shopify is going to be confused. Shopify is going to say, so which one's what? That's why. And so what you're going to do is that you're going to create a collection that's called women's apparel tops, and then separately you're going to create another collection called men's apparel tops, right? And then we program the navigation to this. That's what I mean. So let's go back over here, and we're going to say women apparel tops. So what do we tag it as? We're gonna triple click on this, because we already came with the name. Copy. We don't want to use our typing skills to type in the name of the tag. And the reason for this is because sometimes your collections could be easy peasy, such as tops, or it could be like, look at this one. This one has a hyphen in it, and or apostrophe, whatever. The point is that sometimes human error can occur. I could forget the S, I could forget, the apostrophe, I could forget all that type of stuff. So I want to copy it and paste it here instead and press save. By doing so, it focuses on the typo, prevention of typos. Like, you just won't have typos. So now that you've made that collection, you're going to go and you're going to make the other collection for the men's, and then you're going to make sure that in the products, you have that tag. I go over these instructions in my part 1, part 2, part 3 video, which is found on my YouTube homepage, where there's this guy kind of doing like that or whatever. Look at it. Look at all those steps as far as how I create collections and how you add products to collections. I go over all of the basics there. But in the meantime, we're going to continue with this process. So let's pretend again that you have made all of these guys right here. You've made them all. They're all done. Okay. Now it's time to create the tier 2 collection. And this one is called women's apparel. So women's apparel, that collection is going to be a connection, right? It's going to be a collaborative collection of numerous products. What products are we talking about? All the products from these collections that you've previously made. Okay? So you remember that first collection that we made? It's going to be that tag plus the bottoms tag plus the accessories tag. Let's just try it out. Again, I want to walk you through this whole process, okay? So in this case, I went ahead and I created one that's called women's apparel tops. I'm going to go right here and I'm going to see that that's part of my collection there. Let's go to the next one. I'm going to create another one called women's apparel's bottoms, because as you can see, men's apparel also comes in bottoms. So we're going to type in the exact same thing. Let me get out of here. The exact same thing, right? Let me just copy this thing here, because I don't want to mess around with the typos here. And I'm just going to go boom right there, and I'm going to fix this, and I'm going to say men's, okay? Triple click on this, copy, and I'm going to press right here, paste, because I want this collection to look for all the products that have that specific tag. That's what I'm doing. So make sure that once you're done with this, make sure that all your products have that tag, all right? So, so look how I just messed up there. Let's try that one more time. Let's go right here to women's apparel. I'm gonna go a little bit quicker this time, guys. Create collection, all right? And right here, I'm gonna put bottoms. Triple click on this right here, because that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to do bottoms right there. Press save. I got one more to go. Accessories, all right? So I'm gonna go right here to collections. I already have a habit on this, so let's go ahead, and I have something in the clipboard right there, and I'm going to type here accessories. Okay, I'm going to triple click on that. I'm going to press copy, right here, paste, save. Now let's take a look at all these collections that we've just created. So we have women's apparel tops. It's a singular collection, right? It's going straight to that avenue, right? To that dedicated collection. Then same thing, apparel bottoms, apparel accessories. We have 3 separate tags. Now we're gonna create the level 2. Watch this. So we're gonna go right here into create a collection, but I'm not gonna lose my place. So I'm gonna open another new tab for collections. And on this one, what I'm gonna do is that I am going to concentrate on this keyword right here, or this tag. Doesn't matter. Triple click on this, copy, right? Go to this collections here and paste, but this time it's just women's apparel. That's it, because it's level 2. Remember level 2, guys? This guy right here? That's what I'm making, okay? So I'm just gonna leave that at that, but here on the conditions, I'm gonna type in that same pasted, which is apparel women's tops. But now I'm gonna add another one and another one, because there's gonna be 3 in total. And on the back end, let me go to the other one here real quick. So we have the accessories, copy, paste that here. Got one more to go, guys. Then I have the last one that I did, which is bottoms. Triple click on this, press copy, then come over here and press paste. Okay, save. There's one more thing that I forgot to do here, okay? And notice these radio buttons. One is called all conditions and the other one is called any. So I want to make sure you understand what's the difference between the two. All conditions means that it must apply, that whatever product that we're looking for has to satisfy those 3 conditions. It means that the collection is going into the Shopify's database and it's saying, show me all products that have these 3 tags at the same time. It's like, wait, no, hold on. That's not the case, because one belongs over there, one belongs to that, one belongs to that. We don't want that. Instead, what we want is any of these collections or any of these tags. Go to the database and show me and enter into this database or into this collection, give me any product that have any of these 3. And then it's going to bring all of them that have any of those 3. And that's how we create the second tier collection. It's basically grabbing the tags that you program for the 3rd tier and putting it into one collection. That's how you do that. That's the second tier collection. So let's pretend that you've done that already. That you've done women's apparel, the yoga bags, this, that, the other. And now what you're looking to do is you're looking to set a collection for the master collection. This is the part that gets a bit tricky, okay? So, and of course, based on this example is pretty simple, but I'm sure your projects will be much deeper. We want to create the collection called Shop that has, you know, all of these guys, right? All of these things, such as women's apparel. We want it so that it's yoga bags, yoga props, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to create some fictitious ones real quick just to fast forward. All right, so I did one very quickly here. So again, remember what I just did, the women's apparel? Well, I did another one called yoga bags. And yoga bags, as you can see, it has mat bags and tote bags. Not bad. Here's the next step. The next step is that any products inside of the level 2 tier now need a level 2 tag. What? Here, hear me out. You see how these guys right here, these level 3, they have the direct tag for that level 3. So in this case, for tops, it's women apparel tops. Like, it has those level 3 tags in them. We need, since we already created the collections for the level 2 tier collections, all the products that live inside of level 2 tier collections need level 2 tags. So women's apparel, regardless if it lives inside of any of this, needs a tag called women's apparel. But how do we inject all of them without going one by one? That's when I will introduce to you guys a favorite app. It's like, oh, we got to an app. Whoa, Ed, where are we going with this? I'm going to show you right now. this guy right here. Bulk edit tags by Power Tools. Get this installed into your website. It's free. I don't get a kickback. I use this all the time. It's a very, very good app to save a lot of work. It doesn't inject any code to your customized theme or anything like that, so you guys don't have to worry about that. I'm going to go ahead and accept the terms on this. And then I'm going to go to the upper left-hand corner right here on bulk edit tags. And what I'm looking for specifically is for a collection called, let's see if we go back over here again, the women's apparel. I'm looking for that one, women's apparel. I say, hey, look for that collection, that level 2 collection called women's apparel. Not these guys. I'm talking about this one, the level 2. Yeah, women's apparel. In that collection, any product that lives inside of it, I need you to add a tag, which is what the software does. And what tag are we going to put it? Women's apparel. Exactly that. Okay? And I want to run this. So what this app does is that it looks at your collection and you tell it to add a tag or add a specific tag to any collection that you want. And that's what we want to do. No matter what product lives in it, just add this tag. And it just, it adds it all in one shot. So here I go. I'm going to press run on that. And it's going to do its thing. Obviously, it's pretty much done because there's no products in there, right? I'm doing this for testing purposes. But now that I've done that, all of those tags are living, or all of those products now have that level 2 tier tag on them. Okay? So fast forward, right after you do that, all of the products that live inside of this level 2 tier collection, you've already created a conditional collection. And then you also use Power Bulk Editor to add a level 2 tag called these exact collections. Now that you have all that, this is the last step to create the master collection at the top. You're going to, I think you guys know where I'm going with this. You're going to create the last collection called Shop. And on that shop, you're going to put, every product that has women's apparel, or what was it again? It was, women's apparel. Women's apparel, right? Again, that had, what was the other one? The other one is called yoga bags, right? You're going to add all of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to add all of those guys over here. All of them. And that's what creates that master collection. No, you guys understand now that we had to work backwards. We had to first start with the first one and then kind of like create the second one, add all the special tags on the second one in order to create the master one. I don't know what happened to my nose. So now that we are there, that's how once you have all those collections done, it's time to go to the navigation system and plug them all in, which you can find also in a video that I previously recorded as to how to connect all your collections into the navigation system. Well, guys, I talk a lot. That was a long video. So I miss you guys tremendously. We're almost touching like 10,000 subscribers. Whoa, I can't believe who's going to be my 10,000th subscriber to comment. I super want to hear you guys out and celebrate whoever that is. So definitely thank you so much for the support, and also following me and liking the videos. There's so much more videos that are coming out. My apologies. I'm working with my clients at the same time, and I wanted to give you guys this experience and understanding how to do a 3-level thing. Before I let you guys go, there's one last thing actually as a tip or a bonus. I don't recommend the 4th tier. I'm sorry, guys, because the moment that you create a 4th tier, you are now creating an anxiety to the buyer, because they have this menu system that looks like the yellow pages. That looks like, it's like, whoa, what is this directory? It's so many things to choose from. They sell this, they sell that, look at this, that. Now, major retailers such as Best Buy, Amazon's, or whatever, they could get away with the crazy menu. They could get away with anything because they're the #1 retailers. But when you're first starting out and you realize that you're going into level 4 tier, guys, it's not that it's a bad idea. It's perfectly fine. The thing is that once you go level 4, it's too messy. It's not clean anymore. So instead, what I recommend is whatever that 4th level tier is, make it into a sidebar filter. So let's pretend we go to tops. And we're in this collection, and you see on the left-hand corner, by the way, using Turbo, you see that they have styles. They have bra top, dress, jacket, tank top, tunic. They have black, white, gray, all that. So style could have been a 4th level tier. It could have, but they decided not to. They're like, no, we'd rather just give this to you so that when you click here, it queries up into just that so that the buyers can filter exactly what they're looking for. So again, if you go through a 4th tier, hold on the 4th tier and make it a sidebar. If you go 5 tiers, that's overkill. If you go 5 tiers, that's just way too much, because at that point you need to start consolidating. And you also need data to prove that people actually buy in 5 tiers. I personally disagree, because that's a lot of clicks. And the more clicks you do on a website, the less your conversions. Bottom line, the less clicks you do on your website for your buyers. What I mean by less clicks, the less people have to click to get to where they want to see the product, the better your conversion. The more they have to click in order just to find that product, people are going to get tired. They're going to leave. Let me know if that was powerful tips for you. Thank you very much again. Until next time.